You guys probably know that I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I absolutely love the franchise, and I was most pleasantly surprised with the way they remade Resident Evil 2. I absolutely adore it. I think it's one of the best zombie games made to date. I would full heartedly recommend anyone to try Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 3 Remake was a little bit of a letdown. They removed a lot of content, it was very lazily made. I would say it's a mediocre game, but still kind of okay-ish. But then I heard that they're remaking Resident Evil 4, and I was a little bit upset. I was upset because I think that Resident Evil codename Veronica deserves a little bit of love. It's an old game. Probably a lot of people didn't have the opportunity of playing it. Story is a lot better. But hey, they decided to remake Resident Evil 4, which in my opinion is not that of an old game. I mean, you can still play it right now, and it's definitely acceptable. But then I got pleasantly surprised again, and I heard, no, see, they're remaking Resident Evil 4, but it's going to be in VR. And I was like, oh, wow, that's actually really cool. I mean, that's kind of amazing. For those of you who don't know, Resident Evil 7 had VR capability, and my god, like, playing that game in VR is absolutely awesome. Like, VR, in my opinion, is almost designed for horror games. And when you actually get to play Resident Evil 7 in VR, it's such an amazing experience. So I was actually looking forward to playing Resident Evil 4. But then I find out that, well, surprise, surprise, you can't just remake things the way they used to be. They have to go through political correctness now. So all the people that are on various forums, a lot of progressives, they constantly gaslight people and they say, look, there is no censorship. This is the vision of the artiste. This is how the artiste actually wants to create things. They are gaslighting people. Okay, they are abusers. That's what gaslighting is. It's a tactic of the abuser. Tell those people to eat cock because they know that they are gaslighting. No, the way corporate censorship works is that the artist isn't allowed to be free. They shackle the artist. They tie the artist up. They chop the wings of the artist so he does not have the ability to span the wings of creative freedom anymore. The artist is just a corporate drone that is being dictated from the top what he is allowed and what he isn't allowed to do. And what really annoys me the most is the hubris of these chuckleheads. You have games that are absolute works of art. Resident Evil 4 is a game that defined an entire genre. It was perfect in the way it was. It made money, okay? It created stackloads of cash. And what these people are saying, no, fuck money, we need censorship. I'm like really annoyed by this, and it's like, oh, this is why go woke, go broke. This is why you can't have good entertainment, because imagine a statue of Venus, alright? It's perfect in the way it is. Like some ancient Romans sculpted that shit, and here you have like the progressives coming on, and it's like, just chisel the tits away, and chisel those abs from the belly. Get academic agent in here to chisel those abs away. Like, you need to have, like, a more up-to-date version of the Statue of Venus. This is what they're doing. It's absolute hubris. So what are they removing? Well, apparently there's some cutscenes, and they're just literally, like, removing all the banter, all the flirts, everything that they can consider to be remotely sexismus. So apparently there's entire dialogue missing. It's replaced with radio static. Around 30% of the dialogue in one of the cutscenes is being removed. And, like, this is really bizarre and weird, because I remember when I was playing the last Tomb Raider, the one with the Aztecs, I found it so bizarre that, like, okay, so I'm playing the role of a hot British lass, and I don't get a single wolf whistle. I don't get a single person trying to hit on me. I don't get the single person asking me if I have a boyfriend. Like, what on earth is going on? Am I supposed to play a woman, or am I supposed to play an emotionless creature? Because they completely removed the humanity from those games. And this is exactly it. Like human beings in the real world, they do banter to each other. They flirt with each other. They can't have that in a game anymore. So in a game about zombies, where you can literally make people's heads explode, you can't flirt with, like, you can't have dialogue that's about flirting. You can't have dialogue that's about banter. Get the fuck out. You know, like, how many gamers do you think actually agree with this? If you were to put it to a poll, like, how many... And here's another thing, right? Like, someone else pointed this out. Why don't they have, like, an option where you can toggle it on and off? Like, toggle sexismus on and off. Because it's not about giving people options. No, it's about the power trip that the people in charge get to have when they remove things, when they ban things, when they censor things. And then it's also the power trip when they get to be abusers on forum and gaslight people like you and me. That's what it is about. And, you know, I'm not sponsoring this shit. I'm not paying for censorship. I'm sorry, I find it absolutely disgusting that these people get to think that they are better than the original artists. And fuck you, Capcom, while you're at it, you know, because apparently the request for censorship came from Oculus VR, which is owned by Facebook, and Capcom signed on it. So no, I'm definitely not buying this game anymore. I was interested in it, but now I'm definitely not. You know, maybe you're interested in it, that's up to you. I personally, no. You know, maybe if it was a brand new game, I might have been persuaded, but no, it's even a lazy remake. Alright, because these people can't produce good shit anymore, so they just have to go back into the past with the things that worked and bring them back today. And look how cringy the censorship is. Small world, eh? Well, I see the president equip his daughter with ballistics too. And this actually worked because it was so cringy, but it was in a scene where zombies were attacking them and they were barricading themselves in a house. So it kind of says that Luis Serra is more of a pig. But now the new scene just has Luis Serra say ho ho. Who are you? Ho ho. That doesn't even make any sense. Right? So it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. It's just removed from the game. My God, you know, like, it's not the problem with Resident Evil. It's that this is becoming an industry standard. It's like everything needs to be sanitized. And it creates for bad stories. This is why my channel is called Lack of Entertainment. I can't get entertained anymore. They don't look like human beings. They look like automatons. It feels so fake. And you know it's fake because you go out in the real world and you meet actual human beings and actual people and you see how they interact. The only reason that they even manage to sell is because they constantly remake old games. I mean, I played Life is Cringe. The dialogue, Jesus Christ, it's like it was written by a person who doesn't know how to human. If you didn't watch my stream with Life is Strange, oh my God, like there's this funeral where someone's brother died, and you're trying to cheer up the girlfriend of the dead brother, and literally during the moments of grief, she asks you if you're a lesbian or not. And I'm like, who does that? Like, who hits on someone else at a fucking funeral? These people don't know how to human. I don't know what's going on in California, yeah, and what they do with the writers, but my God, I mean, it's just... And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little rant. I'm curious to see what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.